time. We are out here on a mid-sized shallow lake, waterfowl lake, central Minnesota. Getting ready here. We got some ringnecks swimming around out already. We saw some divers and some coots on the water. We came to our spot this morning. Got a nice mixed spread. 3.5 dozen puddle ducks, mallards, gadwalls, widgeon, and pintails. About another 3 dozen divers, redheads, cans, and bluebills. A couple of spitting wings, 3 geese. So just waiting for stuff to start moving here. We're kind of cool this morning. Had a cold front. Had our first snow a couple days ago, so we're hoping for some new ducks here, maybe some divers, and maybe some mallards too.
Hey there, we're just coming back in from picking up some ducks. We had a flock of bluebills come in so fast that we couldn't get the camera going to see the shooting. We just went out and picked them up. If you look down here, you see some big, beautiful bluebills. And while we were dropping the blind down to go get them, a pair of mallards floated in. Lift your foot up. So we got a nice pair of mallards too. Just heading back into the blind. Hopefully stuff won't sneak in on us so fast so we can get the camera going and get some action shots. But it's early November here. We got a cold front blowing in. You can see with the sky behind me, howling northwest wind. We've had snow the last 2 days, including this morning early, and we got ducks migrating. The bluebills were out of a flock of almost 100. We've seen a couple other flocks of 50 so far this morning. And those 2 mallards were out ahead of a good-sized flock as well. So we'll get back to it here. We'll get the blind up. You can see pan the decoys here. You can see where we're set up. We got a diver line. Divers up close. A couple of lucky ducks going. And see if we can get some more in here and maybe get some action shots too. So one more luck though. Those are some nice birds down there.
We got 2 bluebills swimming around in our canvasback redhead line there. A lot of ducks still moving around. We got a little lull here. We had a pretty good flurry there. We had a group of about 100 bluebills come right in. 20 of them hit the water. We're getting 4 altogether. As we were dropping the blind down, a big group of mallards worked, and 2 of them dropped in, so we got them. So there's just 2 of us. We're halfway to our ducks already, so we're not going to shoot a bluebills, 2 hen bluebills here. We're going to keep waiting for stuff to come in and try to shoot more drakes. Kind of focusing on bluebills and mallards today. We'd take some canvasbacks if they came in. There's the decoy spread, diver line. Divers up close. Lucky duck. Geese, pintails, mallards. Another lucky duck. What'd you think of that flock of bluebills coming in like that, Dad?
Oh, jeez. I don't remember seeing anything like that before.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that many bills come right in. There was a flock of 100 that came right in, and another 50 were working out behind them and crisscrossing behind them. But seen so far this morning mallards, gadwalls. We just got a couple gadwalls circling out finish. Bluebills, ringnecks, hooded mergansers, buffleheads. We had a canvasback swimming on there in the diver line. So we'll stay out of here. We've got 4 really nice plump bluebills and a nice pair of mallards so far. So we're halfway there. So we're going to be really picky about our shooting. So got a bunch of bluebills out here. Buzzed a few times. Guy shot at them off to the side of us, and they got a little jittery, and they didn't quite center up. They landed out there. Again, we're going to be picky and only take shots at center up since we only need 6 more ducks. We could have shot at these on the perimeter a couple of times on their passes, but we did not. Big group out there, and we're going to decoys too. Be back when we get some to center up. Flock of spoonies coming right in here. I'm not going to shoot spoonies today. Couple of nice drake shovelers in there.
Yes! Right there. Nice greenhead. Pitched right in, popped him. We'll let him float a little bit here. Let's see if we can get something else in here, but We'll add him to that nice pile down there. Hey, just gonna go out and pick up that mallard we just shot. Looks like a nice one. Oh yeah, bright orange feet. Pretty head on him. Angled his wing when I shot him, but that's another beauty. Yeah, dude, we got a bag of beautiful birds here. We're gonna go get tucked back in and see a few more birds buzzing around, see if we can get some more. We're chipping away here, being picky. Now we're gonna try to, we can only shoot 2 more bluebills, and it's 3 a person here in the Mississippi Flyway, and we got 4 for the 2 of us, so we're gonna shoot 2 more bluebills, so we'll watch for a flock of them and try to get 1 each, and then that'll leave us 3 ducks to go. We're kind of hoping mainly either mallards or canvasbacks, so we'll be back. Got it. Oh, did that distance shooting make them nervous? They really flared. They're coming back. They seem a little jittery. Oh, I only had 2 rounds in from that last one. And that of course, I could have hit him with one of the first 2 rounds. Well, we'll leave that on there for you to see some lousy shooting. 2 mallards right above us. I hadn't gotten fully reloaded from the last one. You can show we just shot a mallard just a minute ago bobbing out there, a nice greenhead. I hadn't gotten fully reloaded when these 2 came bombing in. And thought we were going to lose them there to some distance shooting, but they turned and came right back in. I only had 2 shots, shot behind him twice. I was on the Drake anyway, but who knows, maybe a 3rd shot would have got him, or maybe it would have just embarrassed me a little more. Alright, well, we'll get covered up and I'll fully reload this time. Alright, going out to pick up that greenhead I shot. Another nice bird, bright orange feet. Right head on him. Well, we're chipping away here, trying to be careful and selective. 5 mallards and 4 bluebills. Kind of trying to just shoot mallards and bluebills if we can. We take some canvasbacks too, but I don't see any more of those anymore. Today we've definitely seen the most we've seen is bluebills. Had several flocks of over 50, 1 flock of 100 work. They're not always centered up, and we're just waiting for them to center up, so that's why we're just shooting 1 here, 1 there. We've seen quite a few mallards, seen spoonbills, didn't shoot at those, didn't shoot at some ringnecks. Had a cam swimming in the decoys. Here's the decoy spread. We got geese and pintails and mallards here, a couple of lucky ducks going, some widgeon and divers to the right there. And then right behind, if you spin around behind you, you have the diver line out here, bringing everything up. Bringing that stuff right up and centered it. Right heads and hands of the diver line. And straight ahead, here's where we're.
Okay, we're out here on same lake as yesterday. Yesterday we hunted during the front. Shot a limit of bluebills, mallards, a couple gadwalls. When howling 20 mile an hour, 25 mile an hour northwest winds. Today I'm filming, that's a live greenhead that flew in and landed here with the decoys. We tried jumping him, but he does not want to jump, so we'll leave him there. We got another greenhead floating out there, a real nice one. Had to bust a little ice here this morning, and the mallards moved a little sooner than we thought they would. We've had buffleheads, and there's that live one. Can hardly tell him from the decoys, but he's right in the middle of the screen there. Had buffleheads and hoodies and a few ringers flying around this morning, but we're expecting a lot of mallards. You can see some skim ice in spots. 21 degrees this morning. We got 3 mornings in a row coming up in the teens, so even though we're I hear golden eyes going over. Even though we got 3 weeks left of the waterfowl season, there's a big flock of golden eyes. Even though we got 3 weekends left of the waterfowl season here, we're going to lose the water here in the next few days, so this might be our last time in the water, but we'll show what it's like. Yesterday we hunted during the front, had mostly divers, some mallards, some gadwalls, and some spoonies that we passed on. But today we'll show hunting after the front is through. Cold, calm morning, light little westerly, and guessing it'll be mostly mallards. So we'll be back when we get some more birds coming in. Well, we've nicknamed this greenhead Bob, or no, George we decided on. He's been sitting here all morning with us. He floated in, we didn't see him coming, and then we heard him land. And he's been swimming, bathing, preening, and now he's sleeping right here in our decoys. And he sat through us shooting 3 mallards and 3 green-winged teals so far that are out on the water. You can see we're icing some. The wind has laid down to nothing. This lake's definitely going to go tonight. Maybe hear those swans in the background. We got some more swans migrating. We've seen a fair amount of mallards today, a lot of buffies, a lot of golden eyes, or some golden eyes and a bunch of hooded mergansers. There's the flock of swans you hear flying over. Seen several groups of swans, and we had a couple big groups of geese come down the lake so far as well. We're going to have to go out here in a little bit, pick up ducks, and do a little de-icing, running around with the boat and busting up ice. But getting what I call a mallard morning here. There's we haven't seen this much this year, this fall in Minnesota during hunting season. That's the sun. We've had a very wet, cloudy, warm October, and now a very cloudy, cold, snowy November so far. But this is a mallard morning, cold, the day after a cold front, high pressure, clear skies moving in, light westerly, little ice forming. We'll have to sit them out here, but as it gets a little warmer later, we'll have more mallards coming in.
Hi there, Troy Smyka from Great Day on the Water Guide Service. We're just packing up. You can see a partner over here packing up our decoy spread on this point. We got some mallards, some green-winged teal, a bluebill, and a redhead. Just had some mallards fly by here, but you can see it's icing up late in the season. We've got a bluebill line out here. A lot of guys like to put their divers out in the line. Some tips. I've tried everything with this. This is the best system I've found yet. I've got a 12 pocket decoy bag. Lots of companies make this. This is a greenhead gear. And I've got a 100-foot main line. I've got right here a couple of 1-pound grappling anchors. Different companies make these, and I've got them on a snap so I can take them off if I need to, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I've got a 12-foot weight line then up to the main line by the first decoy. I've got a barrel swivel on that main line, and through the end of the barrel swivel, it's not attached to the main line. I run the weight line and then have a core depth adjuster. So I can shorten that 12 foot if I'm in shallow water to all the way down to whatever I want. I can lengthen it all the way out to 12. And then I use 1-foot droppers with a snap swivel so I can take the decoys off and wrap this line up in the off season around a extension cord holder. And then that 1-foot dropper is attached to the main line with a cord crib. I'm using the PVC line. This is Avery Quick Fix. Lots of companies make it. And then each decoy and all its lines sticks into this pocket. And then you just go on. Here's the next one. These are Dakota bluebills. Here's a hen. But I've got about, you can vary it on this. I've got about 8-9 feet of line between each decoy. Actually, you have them about 7 feet apart up close, and the ones farther out are about 10 feet, so an average of 8 or 9. And then you just go down the side, across, and back. Okay, the end one, the last one out there, at the end of the main line has a split ring on it. Okay, and the reason behind that is I can put an extra weight. I've got another 12-foot dropper with a weight, with a snap that I can snap onto this if I want to weight both ends of the line, if it's calm and worried about them crunching together and moving around. If it's windy, then we just let it swing freely. But you can weight that down. But the other thing I can do with that is if I want to put more than one line together. I've got a line with 12 canvasbacks, a line with 12 bluebills, a line with 6 redheads, another line with 6 bluebills. If I want to make a really long line, I can put this first line out, and then my next line, I can take the weights off of this snap and snap that snap onto this split ring, and I can now add another 12 bird line to this 12 bird line from another 12 pocket bag and have 24 birds sticking out almost 300 feet. And you can just you could do many of them together like that. So it's very, very versatile. You can go from as short as 6 birds out to 48 birds probably if you want to, and you can keep them in this individual pocket bag, which keeps the line nice and free of tangles. And these bags have a side pocket on them. That's where I have the extra weight if I want to weight both ends like we did today, because we had almost no wind today. So good tip. I've tried everything, attaching the decoys as you put it out, and with this relatively tangle-free PVC line and these 12 individual pockets in this bag, this is the best system I found yet for keeping it tangled. It comes out quick in the morning, it goes up quick in the afternoon when you're done, and then you can keep clipping and attaching more lines with those snaps at the front end of the line and the split ring at the back end of the line. So just a good tip. It worked today. We had divers coming right down the line today. We used this yesterday. We shot a bunch of ducks yesterday, a bunch of bluebills yesterday coming down the line. It's a good system for centering up divers and a good way to have that organized and easy to put in and pick up. That's the tip.